position on your mats. Give yourself a little wiggle around. I always have a little bit of static energy when I come down onto my mat, so I like to wiggle around and get rid of it. Maybe shake those hands, shift that bum around. Really make sure that you've got enough physical space around you to be able to do the flow without crashing into things, and also making sure that you have enough space around you to be able to mentally enjoy the class. So when you feel like you're in that good space, sitting cross-legged, palms on your knees with your hands open, facing up towards the sky, drop those shoulders down, take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand the abdomen, send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs. Filling them like a glass all the way to the top. And when you exhale, reverse the breath, draw the navel in towards the spine. And again, inhale. Feel that breath washing through you as though it's cleansing your body. And exhale, emptying those lungs completely. Start to tune into your breath, and as you do, tune out any outside distractions. Get rid of anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. Everything you did before or need to do after, allow it to evaporate. And let's take an imaginary broom and start to sweep our mind clear of any clutter, any wandering thoughts we don't want there. Visualizing our mind as a room that we are emptying out. And as you inhale, lengthen through that spine and drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Let's just check in with those tension points. Shoulders down, creating space for your neck to grow. Jaw soft and gentle. Dropping the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth and unlocking those back teeth. Make sure those facial features are soft and gentle, not holding any tension there. And let's take a nice deep inhale. And bring your chin towards your shoulder, it doesn't matter which one. And gently roll the head. We're going to start to mobilize the neck, so we're going to stretch our neck out quite a bit to begin with and roll back to the other side. So I want to make sure that you guys leave without feeling like you've got a stiff neck. And maybe you want to take that into a full head roll the whole way around. So a lot of neck pain as well is connected to our shoulders. So we'll get into our shoulders as well. Gently loosening up the neck, rolling it one way and then back the other. Bring your head back to center. Drop that right ear towards your right shoulder. We're going to stretch through the left side of our neck. So if you want to, you can bring that right arm up and just take hold of your left ear and gently pull, feel length through the left side of the neck. Reach out with that left arm, and you can bring that left hand down onto the mat. Or if you want to, you can lift the hand and really reach with those fingers so you're giving yourself an even deeper stretch. Really, really feel that length from the fingers all the way up to the neck. Breathing in and exhale. One more deep breath here. Really feel that pull as though you're lengthening the neck. And gently drop that right hand, left ear to left shoulder. Bring that left arm up and over. Take the left hand to your right ear. Gently pull down the right side of the neck. Pulling the head over to the left, stretching the right side. And if you want to reach out with that right hand, you can. And if you want to lift the fingers and add a deeper sensation to that stretch, then please do. Breathing into that stretch, inhale. And exhale, and the whole time keeping your spine long and your shoulders down. And gently let go, bring yourself back to center. Take your hands down on either side of you on the mat. Drop your chin down towards your chest. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, gently, slowly lift the head the whole way up, gazing up towards the sky. Inhale again, dropping that chin back down towards the chest. Exhale, gazing all the way up. Feel the length through your throat. Keeping those shoulders down, bring the head back to center. Gaze all the way across to the right side of the body, but only moving your head. Keep your body completely aligned, spine strong and tall. Inhale, take your head across to the left, keeping that body in the same position, just moving the head. And again, gazing all the way across to the right, like one of those Barbies where you twist their head. And all the way across to the left. Gently bring your head back to center. Interlace your fingers at the front. Imagine you're hugging a giant beach ball, and as you do so, feel those shoulders pulling apart at the back. So you're making a circle shape with your arms, and as you do so, curve the spine to make a C shape. Drop that chin down onto your chest. Deep inhale, feel that pull in the back of your shoulders. Exhale, splitting the shoulders apart at the back. Deep breath, push up towards the sky. Keep the neck long, the shoulders down. Really, really nice. Take your right hand to your left wrist and start to pull that hand over to the right side of the body. Keep both bum cheeks glued down onto the mat, stretching through that left side. Really nice. Keep your neck long and shoulders down. Body aligned as though it's squashed between two panes of glass. Keeping those bum cheeks glued down onto the mat, get as far as you can. Feel that stretch from the hips to the hand. And gently back to center. Switch hands. Your left hand comes to your right wrist. Inhale. And as you exhale, start to peel yourself over to the left. Pulling that right arm. But keeping those bum cheeks planted. Keep that neck long. You don't want a disappearing neck. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, deepen the stretch. Just lengthening through the body. One more breath. Bring yourself back to center. Take those arms wide. Wiggle the fingers and start to draw the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Draw those shoulder blades together like chicken wings. Opening up the chest. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, unlink the fingers, bring that right hand behind you. Take your left hand and bring it to the outside of the right knee. And just gazing over that right shoulder, we're going to give ourselves a spinal twist. So you want that spinal twist to go from the base of your spine all the way up to your neck, so that you're twisting that whole area. Spinal twists are really good for your neck if you involve the neck as well. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, twist. Push your left knee away with your right hand. Push your right knee away with your left hand. My left and right is appalling. I will apologize. Take a nice deep breath. So twists compress our organs, so we release toxins. And when we let go of the twist, like we're going to do now, take a deep breath, bring yourself back to center. We're allowing fresh blood to flow through those organs. Take your left hand behind you like a secondary spine. Your right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Shoulders down, inhale. Exhale, push that knee away and twist. Keep that spine nice and long, really feeling that twist as though you're a dirty dishcloth, wringing out all that dirty water, waiting for that fresh water to flow through. One more breath. Twist as far as you can, gently bring yourself back to center. Lovely, take your hands in front of you on the mat, all fours position. Stack those joints. So here's where we start our alignment. First things first, your spine is nice and straight. So what we don't want is this. or this, I want you to imagine I've put a hot cup of coffee on your back and you're not allowed to spill it. Your wrist should be under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and draw that navel in towards the spine. And as you do so, you might want to feel that pelvic floor drawing in as well. Inhale, release. Exhale. Nice deep breaths. Always engage your pelvic floor on the exhale. And what that will feel like is like you're drawing a little egg up inside you. And exhale. And if you want to, you can stay in this position. If you want to get a little bit of a core engagement going, tuck those toes under and just lift the knees about 5 to 10 centimeters off the mat. Keep that spine nice and straight, core engaged. Make sure that tailbone's tucked under. You're not dipping that lower back, pushing back into the heels. Deep breaths, inhale. Make sure those hands stay under the shoulders. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. And inhale, lovely. Keep that core engaged. Keep that spine flat. You're going to feel that engagement in your glutes and your core. Give me one more breath. Gently drop into your all fours position. Let's mobilize our spine. Inhale. Dip your navel to the floor. Gaze up to the sky. Hollow out that lower back. Exhale, arch. Spread the shoulder blades, crown of the head towards the floor. And again, inhale. So maybe you like your cat-cow movement, the movement of mobilizing your spine. Maybe you want to get a little weird, add some movement here, get into the shoulders, the neck, the hips, get a little wiggle on. Do whatever feels good. Maybe you want to give yourself a wrist stretch, turn the wrists around so you look like a kind of like a little gorilla. I really like this one. It is definitely an acquired taste though. If you're working on arm balances, I have to say this is a really, really good one. Maybe you want to give yourself a little sit back in your child's pose, bring yourself forward into Cobra, whatever feels good for you. Get all of those body parts involved. The lovely thing about working from home is that we can really get as weird as we like. So do whatever feels good for you. If you've got some crazy little wiggle going on, it's all good. Get into every little nook and cranny of your body that needs waking up. And then give me 2 more breaths here. And maybe with that breath, start to walk yourself to the back of your mats. Bring yourself back into your all fours position. Heels together, knees apart. Bring yourself into your child's pose, reaching those arms out in front. And most of you will know this is obviously a resting pose, but it's probably one of the best ones for neck pain. Making sure that you are keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath. Gaze straight ahead between your hands, and as you do so, start to slide that chest along the mat. Send the sit bones up towards the sky. Bum in the air, extended puppy. Legs out behind you, parallel like train tracks. Feet and knees are parallel. You're getting that stretch through the shoulders and the spine and the neck. If you want to, you can come up onto your fingers. Get nice and deep into that stretch. Keep that chest down. Feel that stretch on your hamstrings, your upper back, your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale, plant your palms flat and just bring yourself into a forearm all fours position. Take our thread the needle, which is to twist our shoulders, but it's going to get into our necks as well. Bring that left arm underneath the right arm. Just lift that right arm up slightly, and you're going to start to reach under, gazing underneath the right armpit and reaching with that left arm, gazing down those left fingertips. The further you reach, the deeper the stretch through the shoulders. If you can get your head the whole way under, you're really going to get a nice deep shoulder stretch there. And breathe. And exhale. And breathing nice and deeply. Give me 2 more breaths here. Really, really rolling onto that left shoulder. Well done. Gently bring yourself back to center. Left palm down. Right hand thread underneath the left arm. Gazing underneath your left arm. Bring your right ear to the mat and reaching with that right arm the whole way through. And breathe. And remember, rolling onto that right shoulder. The deeper you roll, the further you pull yourself through the arm, the deeper the stretch. And breathe in. Really, really enjoying that feeling of the shoulders pulling apart. Give me one more breath here. And gently bring yourself back to center. Palms flat and just pull yourself all the way forward into your Sphinx pose. Arms aligned, so you're looking like one of the statues in Egypt. Point those toes, lift the knees so that you're engaging your entire body. So we don't want to forget about the lower half of our body here, which we do tend to do in this pose. So if you point your toes, you're going to feel that engagement in your glutes, your bums, your hamstrings, and your lower back. Lift the knees off the mat. Shoulders down your spine and neck long. So this is a really nice one for stretching out the abdomen, the chest, the shoulders, and the neck. And breathe here. And exhale. And if you would like to stay here, you are very welcome. If you want to push up a little bit and take your Cobra. So you're bringing the arms back slightly and lifting yourself into a deeper stretch through the spine. Remember to keep that engagement. Lovely. And if you're happy here, lovely. If you want to add a little bit of movement, inhale. Bring yourself forward onto the mat. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And give me 3. And feel free to use no hands if you want to. And lower. 2. And lower, lovely. And 1. And bring those palms down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck those toes under and you're going to push up into a plank position. So your body in a nice straight line, core aligned, core engaged. So you want that bum tucked in. What you want to avoid is this. This is kind of a halfway between plank and up dog, and it's not great. And this, which is kind of a halfway between plank and down dog. You want to be in a nice straight line. So your shoulders are rotating outwards and your wrists are under your shoulders. We're just going to very gently here start to rock on those back toes. Just get into our core a little. Give me 5, push yourself all the way forward and back. Keep yourself aligned. 4, lovely. 3, well done. 2, and last one. Lovely, staying in your plank position. Take a nice deep breath. And what we're going to do, you're going to bring a knee in, opposite knees, and keep that alignment. So what this is really good for is teaching us how to keep our pelvis neutral and our spine neutral and our core engaged. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. 5 and 6. And then all your weight into the left-hand side. Bring yourself into your side plank, hips on top of each other. If you want to drop that bottom knee, then please do. You are very welcome. Make sure those hips stay aligned though. Shoulders on top of each other. Take a deep breath. Gently drop back into your plank position, keeping that core engaged. Body aligned. Go again. 1 with the knees. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring all the weight onto the right hand side. Side plank or gate. If you want to drop that bottom knee, by all means do. Keep those hips aligned. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back into that plank position. Take a nice deep breath and push back. Downward facing dog. First downward dog of the day, so feel free to soften those knees. So as this is about our alignment, very, very important in down dog is a straight spine. So what you want to do to achieve that, we're going to push into the outside of our little fingers, the outside of our palms. Very, very gently rotate those elbows outwards, so maybe they have a very, very soft bend. Rotating the shoulders outwards, and you want your head between your arms, so you're gazing between your legs or at your belly button. Belly button drawn in towards your spine. Spine nice and straight from your tailbone all the way down. You can have bent knees. That is absolutely allowed. In fact, I encourage bent knees in downward dog. If you do feel absolutely confident in your downward dog, by all means straightening the legs and drawing the heels down towards the mat. That is lovely. Down dog is a powerhouse. We're really energizing and stretching pretty much the whole body here. Take a nice deep breath, really raising up on the balls of your feet, lifting those heels. And exhale, we lower. Inhale, raising, we're just gonna stretch out our hamstrings and our calves and lower. Inhale. And exhale, well done. Give me 3. And lower. 2. And lower, well done. And 1. And inhale, bring yourself forward again into your high plank, wrists under shoulders. Start to drop the knees, but just hovering them, send the bum back towards the heels. Push up, downward dog. And again, wave forward, high plank. Knees, bum, down dog. And again, high plank, core engaged, knees, bum, downward facing. And drop forward into your plank. Make sure that body stays nice and aligned. Knees, bum, downward dog. Last time, into your plank position. Knees, bum, downward dog. Well done. Take a nice deep breath here. Start to walk your hands towards the back of the mat to meet your feet. Bring yourself into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Softening the knees slightly and just letting the arms hang loose. So this is a really good one for your neck, your back. Make sure that if you are feeling like you've got tight hamstrings, that you just bend the knees to bring the torso onto the thighs, so that you're not putting extra pressure on your spine by curving it. Give yourself a little sway here. And then take a nice deep breath, very gently, very slowly. We're going to start to unravel, roll up through the spine. Maybe keep the knees bent the whole time. Rolling all the way up to standing. And when you reach standing, we're standing nice and straight. And I'm just going to shift the camera. So standing nice and tall on your mats. Let's take our mountain pose. Make sure, so here's where we're going to start to work on our posture. So you want to stack your joints. It sounds really, really obvious, but you'd be surprised how many of us don't do it. Feet facing straight ahead. Bring your feet together. Ankles under knees, under hips, under shoulders. So what I mean by that is we don't want to be sticking our bum out. If you're very lordotic, you might have a deep bend in the back. And you don't want to be kind of slumping forward, which a lot of us tend to do as well. Standing nice and tall, and I always like to think of it as like my body is stacking blocks. So I'm putting one on top of the other. They need to stay nice and aligned, hips under shoulders. And then the final thing is our chin and our neck. So a lot of us do this and we bring our heads forward, and that comes from looking at our phone, our computers, sitting at a desk, driving a car. So I just want you to take your finger and gently push your chin in so that your neck becomes in line with the rest of your body. Your head is on top of your body rather than kind of coming forward like a vulture or like some weird bird creature. Bringing yourself into a nice straight line in your mountain pose, shoulders down. And what mountain does as well is I want you to really make it an active pose. We're not just standing. We're engaging our legs isometrically. Bring your arms down by your side and reach with those fingers as though you're trying to pull them down towards the mat. And just stand here and breathe. As we inhale, expanding our abdomen. And as you exhale, navel to spine, I want you to pull that pelvic floor in and really get used to the feeling of engaging that muscle. And release. You can also work on engaging your core here. Inhale. Feel like you're wearing a really tight pair of jeans. That's what engaging your core will feel like. And exhale. But don't engage it to 100% so it feels like you can't breathe. Just engage it at about 30%. That's all you really want. And now we've got our nice alignment, our posture in a nice straight line. Inhale, raise your arms up towards the sky, extended mountain. Bring your palms together, gaze up at your thumbs. Keep those shoulders down. And exhale, bring those arms out to the side. Bend the elbows, start to hinge at the hips, bend the knees. And bring yourself back into your Uttanasana, forward fold with soft knees. Very gently, inhale, start to unravel. Bring yourself back up to standing, one vertebra at a time, nice and slowly. Your head and neck will be the last things to come up to keep that chin on your chest. Back in your alignment, stack those joints, arms down by your side, point those fingers down. Standing nice and tall, gaze straight ahead. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, extended mountain, gazing at your thumbs. Exhale, bring the elbows out to the side, bend the arms, bend the knees, hinge at the hips. Bring yourself back into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Last time, start to roll up through the spine, unraveling like a chain link. Nice and slowly, keep that chin down onto your chest. Bring yourself back into your mountain. Check in with yourself. Are you nice and aligned? Is your posture good? Make sure you're nice and straight. Pull those fingers down towards the earth, neck long. Inhale, reach those arms up towards the sky, gazing at your thumb. Exhale, draw the elbows out to the side, soften the knees, hinge at the hips. Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, start to stroke the palms up, the feet towards the shins and the thighs, flatten the back, gaze straight ahead. Exhale, back to your forward fold, maybe soften those knees. And again, inhale, you can bring your feet a little bit further apart now, back into your flat back tabletop, gaze straight ahead, draw that navel in. Exhale, back to your forward fold. And start to walk those hands back forward into your plank position, core engaged. Make sure those wrists are under shoulders. And if you want to, you can push straight back up into your downward facing dog, but you can also come with me, tuck those elbows in, come down through your chaturanga, make sure you keep that body nice and straight. So this is where you want to be when you stop, and push into an upward facing dog with your shoulders down, tops of the feet on the mat, pushing back, downward facing dog, well done. Give yourself a nice deep breath here. Send that right leg up towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Draw that right knee in towards your chest. Plant the right foot. Make sure that right foot is underneath the right knee. Arms up in line with your ears. Lunge position. Make sure the hips are under the shoulders, so we don't want to be leaning forward. And if we're working on our alignment and our posture, very important today. Arms in line with your ears, drop those shoulders down, inhale. Make sure the hips are squared to the front. Sit into that front knee bend. Well done, everybody. Really nice. Turn that left foot out, warrior two. Bring those arms in line with your shoulders, tuck that tailbone under, opening your chest. This is another really good one for neck pain. And I'm just going to switch sides so that you can see what I am doing. Take a nice deep breath here. Start to pivot forward, turn that right palm upwards, and then send the left arm down the back of the left leg. Reverse warrior or peaceful warrior, right arm over the top. And if you want to take a half bind, you can bring that left arm all the way around to touch your right thigh. Sitting into that front knee bend. Really nice. Take a nice deep breath here. Gently bring that right arm forward. And if you want to keep that half bind, you can. Bringing that arm all the way down onto the mat. And straighten that front leg. So if you want to now, you can take that left palm into the small of your back and start to move your hips into alignment. So we want to make sure that there's an equal distribution of weight between the legs. Chest nice and open. Your right hand in line with your leg. So it doesn't matter if you can't bring your right hand in line with your ankle. That absolutely doesn't matter. Your hip alignment is the most important. So if your hand's here, that's perfectly fine. When your hips are nice and aligned, bring that left arm up, and you want a straight line from arm to arm. It's going straight the way through you. Really nice. Well done. Take a nice deep breath here. In your triangle pose, gaze up at that extended arm. And you can, if you want to make sure that your alignment is absolutely perfect, do this against a wall and you want to feel like you're completely flat. I want you guys to imagine that you've been put in a toaster. So that's how aligned you're going to be. Take a nice deep breath here. Gently bring yourself back up to standing. Bring your fingers and thumbs onto your hips and turn to face the front of your mat. Just give yourself a little step in with that back foot. So both feet want to be facing straight ahead. Hips under shoulders, finger and thumb on your hip bones. And the reason we do that is so that we can steer them to the front like car headlights. What I don't want here is a naughty open hip. You want both hips facing straight ahead. So there's an equal distribution of weight between both legs. Take a deep breath and we're going to start to bring ourselves forward with a flat back, keeping those hips aligned to the front. Well done. Maybe you want to stop halfway. Maybe you want to bring your hands onto your thigh, your calf, your ankle. And maybe you want to bring them down on either side of that front foot and start to peel yourself onto that front foot, the torso onto the thigh in your pyramid. Breathing, trying to keep that spine as flat as you can. Exhale, feel that pull through the hamstrings and the calves. Make sure you're not dumping all of your weight into that front foot. Really nice deep breath. Take a nice inhale here, place your palms flat. Step on your right foot and bring yourself into your standing split with your left leg behind you. So since we're working on alignment here, make sure those hips stay aligned. So you don't want to open the hip just to get deeper into the split. So most of us will probably be about here. We're going to take a nice deep breath, drop that left knee to meet the right ankle and straighten and drop. Keep that alignment through the hips and straighten. Well done. And drop. And straighten. Well done. Last time. And straighten. Really nice. Bring that left hand down. Back into your Uttanasana. Forward fold. Hug your knees. Hug your arms. And bring your torso onto your thighs. Just give yourself a little sway from side to side. And we're just going to bring our hands underneath our toes. And just give ourselves a little stretch here through the shoulders and the spine and the neck. If you want to start to straighten the legs, then you can. Really, really nice, everyone. I'm just going to switch sides again. Take a nice deep breath here. And very slowly, very gently, we're going to start to roll up through the spine. Bringing yourself up to standing. Keeping that chin onto your chest. Bringing yourself nice and tall into your mountain pose, remembering our alignment. Stack the joints, ankles under knees, under hips, under shoulders. Nice straight line, arms down by your side. Feel those fingers pulling down into the mat. Make sure the pelvis is neutral. So what I mean by that is that if you were to put your pelvis as a glass of water, if you're tipping your pelvis forward, so you're sticking your bum out, arching your back, you would be spilling water down the front of your body. And if you tip the pelvis back, so you're kind of slouching, you're tipping water down the front of the body. So when I say neutral pelvis, your pelvis, that glass of water, does not want to spill a drop. So it stays nice and neutral in the middle. And make sure that chin is in line with the body. Head on top of your body, not in front. Take a nice deep inhale. Raise your arms up towards the sky. Drawing those palms together. Gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, bring the elbows out to the side. Start to hinge at the hips. And drawing your chest down into your Uttanasana, forward fold. And inhale, starting to roll all the way back up. Keeping that chin tucked in towards your chest, unraveling chin and head, the last things to come up, arms down by your side. Mountain pose, draw down with those fingers, standing nice and tall. Inhale, raise your arms up towards the sky, extended mountain. Shoulders down, gazing up at your thumbs. And exhale, drawing those arms out to the side, slight bend in the knees, and start to hinge at the hips, bring yourself forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Last time, rolling all the way up through the spine. Up to standing, stack those joints, realign yourself. Bring those arms down by your side, fingers pointing down into the mat. And what I want you guys to remember is that posture, good posture, is linked to a lot of our pain. So if we are remembering our posture, you'll notice such a difference in pain in your hips, in your spine, in your neck, and in your shoulders. So just check in with yourself, always remembering, stack your joints like building blocks. Make sure the chin is tucked in, shoulders are down, pelvis neutral. Most important, pelvis neutral. Your pelvis is like the cauldron of your body. Treat it well. Make sure it's nice and aligned. Deep inhale, raise those arms up towards the sky. Draw the palms together, gazing up at your thumbs. Exhale, soften the knees, hinge at the hips, bring the elbows out to the side. Forward into your Uttanasana. Forward fold. Take a nice deep breath here, place the palms flat. Step, float, or jump back into a plank position. Well done. Make sure that you're nice and aligned. And if you want to shoot straight back into your downward dog, by all means. And if you'd like to take your chaturanga, tuck those elbows in. Make sure that body stays aligned as you come down. Push forward, upward facing dog. And push back. Downward facing. Well done. Lovely. Take that left leg all the way up towards the sky into your three-legged dog. Send that left knee forward to meet the chest. Left foot down, underneath your left knee, high lunge. Arms in line with your ears. Make sure we're not leaning forward. You want to get your balance as well. So this is really, really good for, well, this is good for your quads, your hamstrings, your knees. Make sure the hips are under the shoulders. Sitting into that front knee bend, arms up in line with your ears. And breathe. Sinking into that front knee bend, turn the right foot out, arms in line with your ears. Warrior two, arms in line with your shoulders, not your ears. And sit into that front knee bend. Reach forward with the left, turn the left palm up towards the sky. Trickle that right finger down the back of your right leg. Left arm up and over. Peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. And if you want to take your half bind, bring that right hand all the way around to touch your left thigh. Really, really nice. Gorgeous, well done. Sit into that front knee bend if you're binding, well done. And whichever version you're in, we're going to start to bring ourselves all the way forward. If you're still binding, keep that bind. Otherwise, open those arms out to the side, straighten both legs. And let's bring that right hand now into the small of our back. Push those hips into alignment in your triangle pose. And once you feel like those hips are aligned, arms up, make sure those shoulders are on top of each other. So you're not bringing the arm back or forward or in a different place. It's in a nice straight line. You should look very, very, very like straight and rigid in this pose. So lots of straight lines. Gaze up at that extended arm. And if it's a little bit uncomfortable, it probably means you're doing it right. Really nice. Breathing here. And making sure those hips are aligned, the most important thing here. Take a deep breath, gently bring yourself back to center. Square those hips to the front, fingers and thumbs on your hip bones. Maybe step that back foot in slightly. Make sure both feet are facing at the front. Bring the hips under the shoulders. Both legs nice and straight. Equal distribution of weight and make sure there's no naughty open hip. So the hips are squared to the front. Start to hinge at the hip. Bring yourself down. Feel the stretch through both of the legs. Really nice. And if you feel comfortable halfway, you feel free to stay there. If you want to bring hands onto calf, thigh, ankle, and if you want to bring them down on either side of that front foot, by all means, and feel free to move the legs to wherever feels good for you. You want a nice straight spine as you inhale to lengthen, exhale, fold. Feel that deep hamstring stretch. Make sure those hips stay facing straight ahead. This is really good for your hip alignment. And breathe. Really nice. Take one more deep breath. Place those palms flat, slight bend in that left knee as you lift up into your standing split. And remember, we want to make sure we're not opening the hip just to get higher. So you want to breathe those hips nice and aligned. Take a nice deep breath. Bend both knees, dropping down and opening. And drop the right knee towards the left ankle. And open. Lovely. Give me 3. Well done. 2. Well done. And 1. Well done. Drop both feet down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Just give yourself a little sway here, taking hold of your elbows. Drop those palms down. Deep breath. And either step, float, or jump back into your plank position. Well done. Let's give ourselves one more little rock here. Make sure that body's nice and aligned. Engage that core, bum tucked in, body nice and straight. And let's go for 5. Rock all the way forward and back. 4 and back. 3 and back. 2 and back. And 1 and back. And if you want to push all the way up into your down dog, please do. If you want to join me for a little vinyasa, tuck those elbows in, come down through your chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing. Push back. Downward facing dog. Give yourself a little walk out here. Draw that navel in, make sure that those shoulders are rotated outwards. And deep breath. Slight bend in the knees, gaze straight ahead. Step, float, or jump through into a seated position on your mats. Let me just shift Oh, my hair's doing crazy things today. So, come to a seated position on your mat. Bring those legs out in front, flex the feet, and engage all the way through your legs so that you feel the knees lifting up, lifting off the mat. Tuck the tailbone under, spine nice and straight, inhale. Bring your arms down by your side, drop those shoulders. Really engage the legs, bring the knees and feet so they're facing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, start to hinge forward through the hips to a seated forward fold. And what I always say, it's better to have bent knees than a curve in the spine. So if you feel like a bit hunchback of Notre Dame, just give yourself a little bend in the knees, glue the torso onto your thigh with a straight back, and in time, start to straighten the legs and bring your body down with them. So you bring yourself into a nice forward fold. And I always say as well, looking straight ahead rather than tucking the chin in is much better. Really nice, feel that pull on the back of your hamstrings. Give me one more deep breath. Gently walk those hands back, bring them behind you. And we're going to take our reverse plank. So you've got two options here. Option number one is your tabletop. So you're going to bring your feet flat, bend the knees, and send the hips up towards the sky. So what you're aiming for here is, again, a nice straight line through the body, keeping the hips nice and high. And it's a really good one for engaging the pelvic floor again. And if you want to take your full reverse plank, legs straight, arms behind you, and you're going to lift up through the hips. Let the head roll back, engaging. And let's take 5 deep breaths. Two, keep those hips nice and high, keep that back nice and straight, core engage. Feel that engagement through your glutes and your hamstrings as well. 2 more deep breaths wherever you are. And 1 more. Gently drop those hips down, bend the knees, bring your feet flat and just bring yourself forward. Hug your knees. Taking your arms out on either side. And bring your legs into your tabletop position. If we're doing anything to do with core, of course, we've got to do a little bit of boat pose. So if you're happy here in your tabletop position with your hands supporting you, that's lovely. Make sure the back stays straight, the core engaged. If you want to, you can balance on those hip bones, really, really engaging the abs, the core. Bring those arms in line with your legs so you do look like a little boat on the river. If you're feeling very adventurous, straight both legs. They'll probably shake. Keep that back nice and straight. Hold. Let's go for 5. Well done. 4, 3, 2, core engaged. And 1, and very slowly we're going to start to straighten out. Keep that body nice and straight, peeling back onto the mat. Back down, shoulders lifted. Gaze at your toes. You're going to float those legs about 10 centimeters off the mat. Keep the hands hovering. Keep that head and neck off the mat. Gaze at your toes. Give me 5, 4. You're going to feel it in your abs. 3, 2, and 1. Let go. Bring the arms down on either side of you. Take a breath. Well done. Let's finish with our shoulder bridge. Bend the knees. Place the feet flat. Feet and knees hip width apart. Glue that spine down onto the mat. So your spine's completely flat, you're going to have a very gentle tilt to the pelvis. And that's exactly what we want. So shoulder bridge, again, is a really, really good exercise. It's a bit of a powerhouse. It's really good for insomnia and stress. It's also really, really good for our pelvic floor and our alignment. It's good for our neck and our shoulders if we do it right. So what you want to make sure is head, neck, shoulders and spine are in a nice straight line. Drop those shoulders down. So you don't want to be looking to the side in this stretch. We want to make sure that whole area stays nice and straight. Your feet and knees want to stay hip width apart, don't bow them out, and you'll see why, because when they're hip width apart, you get that nice engagement in the glutes and the hamstrings. So bring your arms down on either side of those hips, take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, start to roll those hips up towards the sky as though someone's got a bit of string in your pelvis pulling you up. You can walk your shoulders together underneath your back if you want to and interlink your fingers. Keep those hips nice and high. Feel that engagement in the glutes, the hamstrings, in your bums. And practice that pelvic floor engagement. So inhale, we release, expand the abdomen. Exhale, navel in, draw the pelvic floor up inside. It's like a little elevator. Inhale, release. Exhale. Really nice, keep those hips high. Try and work on that pelvic floor engagement. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, well done. And 1, very gently peel that spine back down onto the mat and hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side, massaging your spine on the mat. Finish off with a little twist, arms on either side. Bring your legs into a tabletop position. Drop both knees over to the left and gaze to the right. So you're giving yourself a spinal twist, also really good for your neck and your shoulders. Always looking in the opposite direction of your legs to get a stretch the whole way through. Gently back to center, drop the knees to the right, gaze to the left. Really, really nice. And all the way back to center, just hug those knees and again, just massage that spine. Make sure that that's nice and loose feeling. And then straight those legs, straight those arms. You guys know the drill by now. Full body stretch, point the fingers, point the toes, reaching from one side of the room to the other, screwing that face up, make the ugliest face you've ever made in your life. I want you to feel tension in every part of your body, including the face. Beady eyes, scrunched up nose, scrunched up mouth, a million double chins, clench your teeth, draw the shoulders up to the ears, all the things I've been telling you not to do them now. Imagine someone's got you by the fingers, someone's got you by the toes, they're pulling you from one side of the room to the other. You can't get away, the tension's so bad in your whole body, you're basically shaking. And while we're here with the physical tension, throw all your mental tension on there as well. Put everything that's been pissing you off and annoying you. If we do this every night, hopefully we release all of our tension, throw it all on. Every little thing. We're reaching, we're going to build it all up like a big tension bomb. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let go. Bring the arms down by your side. Let your feet fall open. And take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. And now is the time if you want to dim the lights or grab a cushion or a blanket, some socks, a jumper, have a drink of water, then please do so. And then bring yourself back down onto your mats. Feel free to take Shavasana however you would like, but I fully recommend taking it lying on your mats, on your backs with your palms open, your feet open. Bring yourself into that nice space. Close your eyes and allow yourself to melt down into the mat. One vertebra at a time. And bring yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose to expand your abdomen. Sending that air down towards the bottom of your lungs, filling them like a glass all the way to the top. And as you exhale, reverse the breath, draw the navel in towards the spine. Inhale to feel that breath wash through you. Exhale, releasing. And starting to clear the mind again, take that imaginary broom, sweep the mind clear of thoughts and worries, anything that's wandering around in there that does not serve you. Pushing it out. Checking back in with those tension points. Shoulders down, away from the ears, allowing your neck to grow long. Jaw soft, teeth unlocked. Tongue up, down, away from the roof of the mouth. Facial features soft and gentle. Let's take our attention to our feet. Allow them to fall open, each toe unraveling one by one. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs lightweight. Falling open as though someone has taken the batteries out of us. All the way up to the base of your spine and feeling each vertebrae melt down into the mat, trickling down one by one. All the way up to your shoulders. Feel those shoulders melt deeper away from the ears, gliding down your spine, melting into the mat like lava. Neck long, head light, free of thoughts and worries. Facial features soft and gentle, teeth unlocked. Arms lightweight at your side, fingertips unraveling to expose your palms to the sky. And finally, take your attention to your chest and your abdomen. Focusing in on that slow and steady rise and fall of your breath as you inhale and exhale. Feeling your breath wash through you as though it's cleansing you of any stress or tension. And if you've been feeling scared or sad or frustrated, allow yourself to just melt into your mat and release those feelings, even if just for this amount of time. Allow yourself to become lightweight. Let's take a minute to just focus on our breath. A minute just for us as we inhale and exhale. Gently start to wiggle the fingers and the toes to draw awareness back into your bodies. Draw your knees in towards your chest and start to rock from side to side to release your spine. And bring yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into fetal position. And gently bring yourself up to seated. Taking your palms onto your knees, sitting nice and tall. Maybe keep your eyes closed, it's completely up to you. And take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, let out a deep sigh. And again, inhale. And exhale. One more for luck. Inhale. Draw your palms together at your heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. As always, you're an absolute delight. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Namaste.